Dear students, welcome back to drama. For a few days we have been busy doing stories and poems. We have completed the stories. There's one poem left that we shall do after a few classes of drama. When you get bored up with drama, you'll have a shift, finish it and come back. So since we have come to the drama class after so many days, I think it's good to recall a bit. Otherwise you would have forgotten some of the events or the character. In order to get yourself familiarized with the flow of events, let's have a recall. What we have to do now is Act 3, Scene 4. But we have already done Scene 1, 2 and 3. Act 3, Scene 1 we did in 9th class. Scene takes place in Venice. The main characters are Salarino, Salario and Shylock. There's a conversation between these three. They are trying to converse with Shylock, who has been disappointed or who has been put off by the elopement of his daughter Jessica. So here what is the main thing is the attitude of Shylock. Shylock is happy and Shylock is sad. Shylock is happy because he hears about the possible shipwreck of Antonio's. He gets the news that Antonio's ships have been wrecked. Therefore he is happy. He is sad because his daughter Jessica had eloped with a Christian called Lorenzo. That is Scene 1. That he did in 9th class. Then we did in 10th class, we did Scene 2, which takes place in Belmont. This is one of the biggest scenes and the toughest scenes. First we see, this is the climax of casket scene. There are two speeches by Portia and two speeches by Bassanio. In the beginning we see Bassanio being welcomed. He comes to choose the casket. Portia welcomes him. Then she says that Bassanio should wait for some time to make a choice. But Bassanio prefers to make the choice immediately. So he goes ahead to make the choice. Then there is a song and things like that. Then Portia will be speaking about the choice of the casket. Then Bassanio goes to each casket and reads what is written there. Then he makes comments on the caskets. Afterwards he makes a choice. Then there is again a speech by Bassanio, by Portia, and like that. Later we will find there is a ring episode. Just before that, Graciano announces his love for Nerissa and gets permission to get married along with Portia and Bassanio. Then there is a ring episode. They exchange rings and Portia and Nerissa ask their husbands to keep it as a symbol of their love and not to lose it or give it to anyone, things like that. Then there are some people arrival of Lorenzo, Jessica and Salarino. They bring a letter from Antonio, the close friend of Bassanio, saying that he is in danger because the days for repayment has elapsed and Shylock is not willing to show any mercy to Antonio. So Portia asked Bassanio immediately after the marriage he should go to Venice and meet his friend. So that is a long scene. Then we did the short scene, Scene 3 in Venice. wherein Antonio pleads for mercy. Antonio is already imprisoned. He is brought out by the jailer, comes to Shylock. Then there is a conversation between Shylock and Antonio. Antonio pleads for mercy. Shylock does not want to change his mind. In between there is a Salarino makes some comments and all that. At the end, Antonio says, now I shall not plead for any more mercy. I am ready to die. But only thing is, before I die, I would like to see my friend Bassanio, so that Bassanio can witness my paying Bassanio's debt back to Shylock. So that's the end of that scene that we did last time. Now we have to begin scene 4. Scene 4 takes place in Belmont, in Portia's house. The scene is about Portia's plan to rescue Antonio. Antonio is in danger and Portia wants to save Antonio from the clutches of Shylock. For that she devises a plan. That is in scene 4. Who are the characters here? Characters here, already the remaining characters there, like Lorenzo, Jessica. Both of them are there. Then Portia, of course, and the servants. What is added is a new character, that is Balthasar. Balthasar is a servant of Portia. Portia assigns a work to Balthasar to go to Dr. Bellario on a business. So Balthasar is only added character here. He is introduced for the first time and last time. So we have just written according to the verses from this verse to this verse. Verses 1 to 9, Lorenzo speaks, that is opening lines. Lorenzo speaks, he appreciates Portia for her generosity. So Lorenzo tells Portia, you have made a great sacrifice by sending your husband. Your marriage is just over and you have sacrificed even the joy of it by sending Bassanio to Venice. I am very grateful to you for the generosity of yours, and you shall not regret. You shall not feel bad if you come to know whom you are going to help. That is my master's best friend. That is Bassanio's best friend, Antonio. What sort of a person he is, if you know, you will never regret for helping such a man. That is verses 1 to 9. So in short, Lorenzo is speaking highly good of Portia and her generosity, and he highlights the qualities of Antonio. Verses 10 to 35 is a Portia's reply to Lorenzo. When Lorenzo praised Portia for her generosity and spoke about a lot of good things about Antonio, Portia replies saying, never repents for doing good. I never repented for doing good. Dear students, we also should never repent for doing good. Must be always happy to do good. I never repented for doing good so far. And even now I will not repent. That is to say, you are speaking about this sacrifice. I don't repent. I don't feel bad in doing good. I am always ready. Then she speaks about friendship. It's a beautiful speech of Portia on friendship. What is friendship? Or how two friends should be. How close two friends should be. That's what she says. So close friends all bear an equal yoke of love. Close friends, soul. You know what is soul? Soul is what is not seen, what is in the spirit inside. So, true friends' soul bear an equal equal yoke of love. That is to say, they are bonded in love. What is a yoke? You must have seen people, the farmers plowing in the field to cultivate rice or wheat, whatever it may be. They plow the field using oxen or whatever it may be. The oxen, they are being tied together with a yoke. With a yoke. Yoke is a longish thing with the two sticks like this. So both the necks are put on, the yokes are put on the necks of the oxen and tied together. So they are joined together by the yoke. Similarly, friends are also joined together by the yoke of love. Oxen are joined together with the yoke of wood, maybe, most probably is wood, yoke of wood. Whereas this is by yoke of love. They are inseparable. And she says, therefore, since they are bound or since they are bonded in love together, they should possess three things. What are they? Resemble in. Resemble in means in like manner. These three things they should have in the like manner. What are they? Lineaments, manners and spirit. Lineaments, manners and spirit. Lineaments are character. Manners are behavior. Spirit is disposition, that is temperament or nature. Temperament. So friends who are united by the bond of love should have same sort of character, similar behaviors and similar temperaments. Only then we can call them true friends. Only if they have these three qualities in equal bound, we can call them real friends. And Portia concludes saying, Antonio's soul resembles that of Bassanio. Antonio's soul resembles that of Bassanio. That means they too have this similar bonding. These three things are common in them. And Bassanio's soul resembles mine. Antonio's soul resembles Bassanio's. Bassanio's soul resembles mine. Therefore, whatever sacrifice I make is counted as nothing. So whatever sacrifice I am making is counted as of less worthy, because their friendship is of such great quality. And then she says, if I speak like this, I will be praising myself. Therefore, let us put a full stop to this conversation. Now I have some business to do. Then she assigns some work to Lorenzo. Then she says, I commit into your hands husbandry and manage of my home. Portia tells Lorenzo, I commit into your hands husbandry and manage of my home. Husbandry is control, manage is management. I entrust my house to you, my home to you. So the scene is taking place in Belmont at Portia's house. So Portia is telling, I am handing over my house. The control and management means everything. Everything. The whole control of my household, I am giving into your hands. Please take care of my house. Why? What is the purpose? I am going to fulfill a vow. I am going to fulfill a vow. Vow means an oath, a promise. I have made a promise to heaven. That is to God or whomever may be. I made a promise to heaven that I will spend some time in prayer and reflection. So I need to go. I will be taking with me only Nerissa, nobody else. So Nerissa and myself, we will go for a few days of prayer and reflection to be spent in a place which is 2 kilometers away, 2 miles away. So we will be busy there praying, and you take care of this household. That is verses 10 to 35. Then verses 36 to 45, Lorenzo agrees. Lorenzo wholeheartedly agrees to take care of the house. Then Portia tells them, I have already talked to my servants, the people in the household. They will obey you. They will consider Lorenzo in the place of Bethanio and Jessica in the place of myself, that is Portia. So they will give equal reverence or obedience to you and obey you like that of Bassanio, and they will obey Jessica like that of myself. Therefore, please take care of my home. So they agree to take care of, then they wish each other. Portia wishes every good luck to Jessica and Lorenzo. Jessica and Lorenzo in turn wishes Portia for a life of prayer or a period of prayer. That is verses 36 to 45. Then verses 46 to 57. This is a conversation between, or it is a Portia talking to Balthasar. Portia talking to Balthasar. Who is Balthasar? Yes, Balthasar is a servant of Portia. So she is assigning a task to Balthasar. What is this task? Is being sent to Dr. Ballario. Dr. Ballario is a cousin of Portia, and Ballario is supposed to be the judge who will be coming to make judgment in Venice regarding the case of Shylock. Regarding the case of Shylock and Antonio, Ballario is supposed to go to Venice. So he happened to be the cousin of Portia. So Portia sends Balthasar to Dr. Ballario. What is his work? He has to take the letter to Ballario. Most probably take this letter. This letter means most probably Portia has written a letter, or it could be the letter which was sent by Antonio, or both together. Anyway, so she gives him a letter and asks him to go to Dr. Ballario and deliver the letter to him, and he will give to Balthasar some dress and some notes and other things. He has to take those things and come to the common ferry with imagined speed. Common ferry from in Venice. Common ferry from where ships will be departing to Venice. So he has to come to the common ferry where the ships pick up people and go to Venice. So he is asked to do it how? With an imagined speed. Imagined speed means all conceivable speed. As fast, all conceivable speed means all speed he can think of. That means you are at your best speed. Do it. And when Portia has given the task, he replies, I shall do it in convenient speed. In convenient speed. Convenient speed means as fast as possible. I shall do it as fast as possible. How much fast I can do it? I shall do it. So that is the end of verses 46 to 57. Then you have verses 58 to 84. These are the last verses in scene 4. Verses 58 to 84. It's about Portia reveals her secret plans to Nerissa. Portia reveals her secret plans to Nerissa. Nerissa is the maid in waiting. So you remember that Portia telling Lorenzo and Jessica that they are planning to go to a place and spend time in prayer and meditation along with only Nerissa, taking along with her Nerissa. Now Portia is revealing her plans. Actually their plan is not for prayer and reflection, but she has something else in mind. So she reveals her plans to Nerissa. So what are the things she'll be saying to Nerissa? That's very interesting. I haven't written there because so much is there. To write the whole thing it will be difficult. I'll just explain to you. I have work in hand. That means I have a plan in mind. And then Portia tells Nerissa, we shall be meeting our husbands before they think of us. Before they think of us means before they think of meeting us. They are thinking that they will meet us only when they finish their work in Venice and come back. But we will be meeting them much earlier. Then Nerissa says, is it so? How is it? Then Portia says, they shall Nerissa, but in such a habit, such a dress, that they shall think we are accomplished with that we lack. How we are going to see? We are going to see that they shall think we are accomplished with what we lack. What do women lack? Women lack the qualities of men. What do men lack? The qualities of women. So we will appear, accomplish it in how? By accomplishing with that we lack. To put it in a simple thing, we will be appearing to them in the dress of boys. That's all. It's in a very poetical way the author has put it. We will be appearing to them in the dress of boys. Therefore, they will not recognize us. But we will be able to see them and recognize them as they are. Then Portia tells to make them believe that she is a boy. Now she is going to dress herself, disguise herself as a boy. So when she puts on the dress of a boy, she has to make them believe that she is a boy. For that, what all things she will do? She says, I will hold any wager. That means you will have a kind of, I'll make a kind of bet. I'll bet you. A bet we'll have. When we have dressed up, I will look better than you. Both of us will be dressed like boys, but I will be prettier than you. And bear my dagger with the braver grace and speak between the changes of man and boy. So, a boy, a courageous boy who is a soldier, he should have a dagger. And I will wear the dagger in such an elegant way, and I will look like a real soldier. And I will speak between the change of man and boy. You know that girl's voice and boy's voice are different. Girls have a shrill voice and boys have a hard voice. But when they are growing up in 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, 11th class, some of them, when the girl speaks or boy speaks, he can't make out. For example, over the phone or a recorder voice, you may think that when a boy speaks, you may think a girl is speaking. And there are some girls may have the voice of boys too. So she says, I will speak between the change of man and boy. When they grow into men, they have a hard bass voice. I will speak in between. Neither like a boy nor like a man. In between. So they'll think that I'm just a boy, a grown-up boy. With a reed voice, that's shrill voice, and turn 2 mincing steps into manly stride. 2 mincing steps I shall turn into a manly stride. It's based on the belief normally girls walk slowly. They'll take smaller steps. Whereas men take bigger steps. So instead of taking 2 smaller steps, I will combine 2 smaller steps and make into one and give an impression that I am a boy walking a longer stride. And speak of phrase like a fine bragging youth. Phrase or fights. Normally young people and the soldiers, they speak about the great things they did. Fights. Fights they have participated. Wars they have participated. Things like that. So I will speak of fights like a fine bragging youth. Bragging means ragging. Fine bragging means boastful. Boastful, boasting. And tell quaint lies. Quaint. Quaint. Quaint lies means fanciful lies. That is imaginable, imaginative lies. Lies which are not true. Imaginative lies. Whatever I can fancy of, all the lies I will say. How honorable ladies sought. So she is giving one example. I will say so many fanciful stories. So many fanciful lies I will have to tell them. Something like that. One example she is giving. How honorable ladies sought my love, which I denying, they fell sick and died. What a beautiful lie. I am so handsome. And wherever I went, so many women, they fell for me. They were after me. They wanted to love me and get married. When I said, no, I can't marry you. I don't love you. Then they fell sick and died. So I will tell them lies like this. I could not do without, then I will repent and wish for all that I had not killed them. After they fall sick and die, then I will feel bad. I should not have done that. I should not have denied their love in that manner and killed them. I will feel bad. So first I will deny their love. On that they will feel sick. And then they will die. After they have died, I will feel sorry for killing them. These kind of stories or lies I have plenty. And 20 of these puny lies I will tell. This kind of lies I have plenty. 20 of them are ready with me. That men shall swear I have discontinued school above a 12-month. When I do all these things, when I wear a dagger elegantly, then I go on boast about myself, speak about fights, speak about the great things I did, and say this kind of lies like making women to fall for me, and they, on denying their dying, when they hear all these things, what will happen? Men will swear, I have discontinued school above a 12-month. That is 12 month is 1 year. They will think, I discontinued from school just 1 year ago. I completed my 10th class, just finished, and doing my 11th class. Or just left studies a year ago. That's what they will think. Such a way I will speak. I have within my mind 1,000 row tricks. Row is crude. Crude. I have in my mind 1,000 crude tricks. That means plenty. Plenty of crude tricks of these bragging jacks. That is the boastful youth. So in order to deceive the youth, in order to deceive the youth who are boastful, I have plenty of stories like this, which I will practice. And I have many in my mind. By the time I reach there, I will practice some of them and I will be executing it. But come, I will tell these all my whole device when I am in my coach, which stays for us at the park gate, and therefore haste away, for we must measure 20 miles today. Okay, I will tell, so many things are there, all my devices and plans, so I tell you when we are inside the coach. The coach is waiting at the park gate. Let's go and get inside. We have to measure means travel. We have to travel 20 miles today. While traveling, I shall describe to you what are the rest of my plans. So that is the end of scene 4 of Act 3. As homework for you, there are 4 assignments given in the workbook from scene 4. Please do it. Thank you.